Cool. I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey. Dating shows. They've been around for many decades in various different ways and formats. Most of the time, they tend to follow one of three standard routes. Either the dating game formula, which could be considered the first original dating show, where the contestants ask 3 hidden suitors questions before making their choice blind. The more modern formula, where it's one person looking for love out of a collective group, and each suitor is eliminated one by one every episode like a normal competition show. Or the third option is a bunch of couples dating against each other. Over these past few weeks, I took some time to binge some shows for research purposes in order to prepare this idea that I've had for a very long time. And what a trash rabbit hole that was. It seems like the dating shows that have appeared are just like all the dating apps that are everywhere now. Good to kill time with for a short while, but filled with the same basic boring people that lack personality and originality. What I mean is, if you want some traditional frat boy or sorority girl, that's the majority of what you'll find. And if you're not, well, the options are lacking. Also, let's not forget how many people love to lie, cheat, manipulate, and betray while dating. I've had more than enough experience with those, and let's just say, I hope that they get the karma that they deserve. This is where my pitch comes in. I would love to create a dating show for the Gothic audience. Gothic television has been extremely limited over the existence of the platform, and although it's wonderful to have thousands of horror programs to choose from, the demographic deserves to be widened more. Therefore, I present Till Death Do Us Part. Working title. So far, I know I've come at this with a level of camp and theatrics and dramaticness, which obviously I am, but I have thought about this idea a lot. Like, it is a full-fledged idea that I would love to be able to make into a reality, and I have a PowerPoint to go along with it. So let's start. Till Death Do Us Part, a Gothic dating show. Once again, working title. If there's another one, please let me know, but that's what I thought. Synopsis. A group of tragically beautiful Gothic men would fight for the prize of winning my love, moi. I deserve it. I want a vampire. I've literally loved vampires my entire life and hid that away when I was younger, but now I embrace it, and literally is one of my hyperfixations. I have probably seen almost every vampire film known to man, and obviously looking for a lot more because there are thousands of vampire films. But yes, looking for someone such as Gerard Way, Eric Draven, Lestat, the list goes on. Each week there will be challenges and dates to determine who will be married one by one until there's one suitor left. So with that, imagine the ending. You know, you're in this wonderful, beautiful Victorian mansion or soundstage. At the end, once someone's off, you just go and see the graveyard of all the people that have died and come in with a rose to lay on the grave in remembrance to continue on. Like, how cool would that be to add as the ending of the show? Have some foggy haze. Perfection. Building the show. So depending on where it could be located, the great thing is, and this comes later on when I'm going to talk about what studios and networks would be great to pick up this show, is that understandably, there was a lot of filming done in Los Angeles. However, there is a studio that is getting built currently in New Jersey, where I live, which is Netflix Studios. So that has been on the news for a while. So what better, Netflix, than to be able to build right here? And so we'll continue on with that further on, but just to put that seed in there. And there's also, you know, Canada is a good place to film. I know Toronto is a really good place to film, Georgia. So there's a lot of places in America to film, but keep that in mind as we continue on. Picture either a Victorian mansion for everyone to live in or a soundstage. Could go either way. Example of challenges. This is where I had the most struggle thinking of things to think of. Challenge-wise, a lot of my reality show experience outside of the dating shows that I did watch are things like RuPaul's Drag Race, Jersey Shore, which Jersey Shore does not have that challenge competition set up, so that's not relevant. RuPaul's Drag Race is. RuPaul's Drag Race is more focused on any challenges related to sewing, dancing, performance arts, creativity, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. But once again, there's only so much you can take from that, and it is dating material. So therefore, challenges that I thought of, and please, that is something to expand upon later on. Horror style photo shoot. This has been used in a lot of different shows. It's a staple, so therefore, why not continue? It's a staple. It's a good challenge. Gothic culture trivia. As you might know, the idea and the history of Gothic culture does stem a lot from music, and it is very important to recognize that. Obviously, a lot of the Gothic subculture is very music based. However, a lot of people also don't account the media that is literature and film, and that's so important too. So while I'm talking about this, please recognize that even though there is the traditional Gothic subculture that is very music based, in order to attract a mainstream audience, we gotta expand it more to be a subculture for Gothic, for emo, for metal, horror, aesthetic. Like, listen, it's Halloween 24/7. That's what we're going for. And it's Victorian levels of beauty and darkness, and to the modern society, Gothic culture is more than just music. I understand Gothic culture is music, but we have to understand that mainstream society does not know that. And therefore, in order to sell this show, we need to appreciate and acknowledge that it can be literature, that it can be media and film and music all together. So it'd be good to have, because that could range from music, that can range from movies, that can range from literature. Gothic literature is the history of it all, so why not go back to the roots? And that could be expanded. But I think that's a really great challenge. DIY challenges. Once again, the Gothic subculture root really expanded from DIY culture, punk culture, goth culture, rock culture. It was a whole DIY scene. I'm a very DIY person, so that's something that could really expand upon and you could do a lot with. Rocky Horror Shadow Cast. This was kind of a throwaway challenge, but can we also appreciate how amazing Rocky Horror Picture Show is as an aesthetic and an identity and an amazing piece of film culture? So therefore, I thought that would be a fun little thing to include. I mean, it's one of my favorite films, so it would work with the aesthetic. And a Gomez mini challenge. More of a mini challenge, similar to the RuPaul's Drag Race realm, where, you know, they have little mini challenges before they get to the maxi challenge. So that could be a fun one with Gomez, because from the Addams family, Gomez is the perfect man and he is obsessed with Morticia. And this is what we're going for here. This is what we want. Men that are obsessed with their woman like Gomez was with Morticia. Building the show continued. Example of the dates. This was one I was much more excited about, and I could think of a lot of options which I want to do, and this is what really brings the show together, because these are the rewards that, you know, personally I want to enjoy, as well as the many other men. So, ghost tours. Once again, they're everywhere. That could be a fun little thing. Could also help exposure with some ghost tours, depending on where you are in the region. Obviously, if you're filming in Los Angeles, there's a ton in California. If you're filming over here on the tri-state area, you have New York, you have Philadelphia, New Jersey. There's so many. So it's such a great realm to dip into. Goth concerts. Once again, very important. Like I said, music is the most important thing for the goth culture. Well, we can have potential guest stars such as Vision Video. Obviously, I feel like that's like the most popular modern goth band. Please don't hate me if I'm wrong. That's who I really enjoy. And I know that he has a huge TikTok presence. They have a huge TikTok presence. And obviously that's where we're going to get people. That's where the media is right now. So good synergy right there. Good brand exposure. Private screenings from new horror films. Obviously, once again, perfect brand synergy. Great promotion for the movies, great promotion for the show. It helps people all around. It's so beneficial. And obviously, I would love to get private screenings for new horror films coming out. There's a lot of great ones I'm looking really forward to. Haunt events. Once again, Same thing depending on where you're shooting it from. Los Angeles has a lot of amazing haunt events such as Knott's Berry Farm, Not Scary Farm, Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Hollywood, as well as different things that, again, I've never been to California, so I don't know how expansive it is, but I know it's huge. However, on the East Coast here, we have Halloween Horror Nights Florida that could be a flight away. Perfect brand synergy for Universal, okay? It's a huge event already. I love going to it, so it'd be wonderful to be able to go to and film some houses. But we also have some local haunts here as well. Fright Fest is Six Flags, which again, if you're filming at the Netflix studio, it's literally down the road. Perfect. One of my favorite things to go to. Obviously, I have tons of videos of my experience at Fright Fest. We also have in Philly, Halloween Nights at Eastern State Penitentiary. I've also been to. Really fun. You could go anywhere. So if you film it around haunt season, there are tons. And again, wonderful brand exposure, perfect brand synergy, and it gives great advertisements and benefits not only to the show, but to all these events as well. Continuing on, tarot readings. Now, again, it is more of a smaller reward here, but in terms of just content for the show, that could be a great day. That could be a wonderful thing. Bring the psychic into the studio and have that, and have the person read the cards for everyone. You could add some drama, you can add some suspense, but I also love doing tarot readings, so honestly, it would be a great experience. Going on with that, Gothic dinner. Once again, very casual, but as you've known in dating shows, they have a mixture. They have some fun adventures. They have casual experiences too. So just have a nice Gothic esteemed dinner. Beautiful. Love it. I wish that New York still had the Jekyll and Hyde Club open, because that'd be a perfect place to go to. And then a random thing, but one thing I really want to do is zoo enclosure for nocturnal animals, including bats. Obviously, I love bats. Bats are one of my favorite animals of all time, and I've loved them since I was a child. And please, I want to get up and close with bats in a safe environment, of course, with some zoologists, but if I can touch a bat, I will die happy. I am serious. I adore bats. Please. Where to watch? This is where it comes in for sponsors for you guys. Obviously, first choice is Netflix, because like I said before, we have a studio opening up in Jersey, so this would be a perfect material to shoot at. Next up, Hulu. Also great brand exposure. Streaming service that could expand anywhere, and they've had a lot of dating shows and reality shows on Hulu, so these are the two choices that you would think of first when it comes to streaming, when it comes to where you want to watch the show. But then we also have Shudder. Perfect, because it's a horror esteemed network. So clearly, if you want to put a Gothic dating show on it, that works right in. Sci-Fi. Also a great cable channel. I know cable is dying right now, but we can help revive it. But this would be a perfect channel because obviously Sci-Fi, they have a lot of spooky things on that network already. They've also dabbled into reality shows, even though they've done stuff like Face Off. So not full-on dating shows, but it would be fun. MTV, obviously it's a young people network. Also remember, goth culture is music culture, and MTV started out as a music channel. So this could help bring MTV back to its roots and help re-establish the brand energy and identity that it first started with. Obviously VH1 is also a part of it. VH1 is more of a sophisticated channel compared to MTV. At least that's how it always was back in the day. But VH1 is also known for a lot of reality shows, including dating shows. And VH1 is where RuPaul's Drag Race was. MTV also has it. So they're kind of interchangeable, MTV and VH1. But they're really important, popular music channels. So either of those could work. And if you weren't convinced already, I would love to be able to reference all the videos I already have on the internet of me fangirling all over the actors of different haunt events, specifically Halloween Horror Nights and Fright Fest. Will somebody roll the clip? Can it officially be spooky time now? Cheers.
I do understand that I may not look like a traditional Gothic person, and I do understand that I've presented many different looks and aesthetics, especially with the other videos that I've made through this channel. But please, trust me when I say my soul is dark and tormented. I've always been attracted to the broken, dark, and mysterious. Horror movies always excite me, and my heart yearns for Halloween. I grew up idolizing Tim Burton and all his films, knowing that they were inspired by German Expressionism, the genre that really helped launch Gothic media into the 20th century. Nosferatu, although not a beautiful creature, paved the way for all the vampire films that have been made today. And like I said, I am obsessed with vampires. I look forward to haunt season all year long. That is the time I crawl out of my coffin and spend time being social. And when it's not September or October, I literally spend all my time wishing that it was again. Don't give me the Kardashians. I don't even know if they're relevant anymore. Give me Elvira, Vampira, and Morticia. Those are some of the ghouls I'm inspired by.
Thank you. Like I said, I am 100% serious here. I love to be dramatic. I wish I had better connections and who to talk to, but this is why I'm uploading it here, because I don't. And I want to be able to share this idea, be a part of it, and make this reality, because a lot of my issues right now, and this is a personal note, is I have huge ideas that I want to be able to execute, but I am restricted by not having the connections that I need in order to do it, or the money that I need to do it. So with your help, you can make that a reality, and I can help be able to bring back entertaining television, because it is very needed right now, and entertaining media in general, because it is very needed right now. So please vote for me, share this out, share this to all the networks, because I want to make this a thing. And the email is below in the description for any business inquiries, because please, can I please have a vampire love interest? Thank you very much. I'm giving this a shot. I'm putting my ideas out there. Like I said, this is something serious I would love to be a part of and do. So I'm giving it out to the world to make it happen. It's up to you guys to find me a lover and make me a star. Yeah, I know that was corny, but it works. This is just some of the Halloween and Gothic content that you'll find here. It'll be a mixture between more lighthearted retro stuff, but my heart really belongs to Halloween, and I am truly obsessed with horror. Like, obviously I have all the references. That's my home. That's where I feel the most comfortable. So I look forward and count down till it's haunt season every single year. So I would love to be able to make that more of a mainstay thing. But I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone watching, and hopefully I'll find myself a nice vampire king soon. Until then, I will see you in the next one.